So today we've got the top 5 worst keepers in FIFA Ultimate Team from February 2022. And we're going to break these down into categories of price, chemistry links, one-on-ones, traits, and set pieces. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscription button, turn on the notification bell, and go check out the top 5 best keepers if you haven't seen that already. So number 5 is going to be Base Casillas. He is coming in at 114k currently on FIFA 22 on Xbox, which is going to be a 2 out of 5 star for price. Way too expensive for a keeper at this point in the game when you can get much better ones for cheaper. I do like his links, I have to say. Obviously, being an icon, he has very good links. It doesn't matter who. So he's going to get 4 out of 5 star for link. If he was French or even Dutch, he might have better links and better higher rating. In terms of one-on-ones, I find him very, very slow. He never really wins one-on-ones. Being the height that he is, currently coming in at 6'1", not the biggest keeper in game, and he is very easy to lob or ball roll around because of his reactions not being so great. I would really consider a different goalkeeper. I'm going to give him 2 out of 5 stars for one-on-one. With set pieces, it's going to be the same situation. He is only going to be 1 star. For his height, you have to tell him to come out to get the ball. He doesn't win the ball very, very often. 9 out of 10 times when he does win the ball, he punches it. Especially with some of these juiced up cards now with Team of the Years and obviously other special cards that we have got. He just gets beaten in the air almost every single time. If he does win the ball, he never catches it. And he's just always out of position. Being 6'1", he also gets caught on the finesse from outside the box quite a lot, so you can beat him very easily. Near post and across goal, not the greatest. But with his traits, he has save with feet and giant throw, which I'm going to give him 3 out of 5 for that. If he had come out for crosses, he would be 5 out of 5. Save with feet is the best trait for a goalkeeper, and giant or long throw is even better because you can counter attack. But because he doesn't catch the ball very often on corners, it does let him down. That then leads us on to number 4, which is going to be Headliner's Trap. Seen a lot of people say he's a good keeper, but hear me out on these reasonings. So he is currently coming in at a price of 45k on Xbox at this current time, which is a great price for a keeper of that stature. We have just got ourselves the Inform Neuer, who's obviously a better choice. A bit more expensive at this current time. So his price is going to be 3 stars out of 5 stars. There are better keepers in the Bundesliga and cheaper, but he is a very good price for that. In terms of links, fantastic links. Being German, Bundesliga, he can link to Rudiger. I'm going to give him 4 star out of 5 star on links. And then this is where the card does come down. One-on-ones, possibly one of the worst keepers I've played against who is one-on-one. You can get round him very, very quickly. Ball roll round him, fake shot round him. You can lob him. Coming in at 6'2", again, not the greatest or tallest keeper in the game, so he's very easy to lob. For some reason, his animations aren't great when you finesse or shoot across goal, so I find him very, very easy. So I'm going to give him 1 star out of 5 for one-on-ones. We then have traits. Rush out a goal, not the greatest trait. Come for crosses does help, and we have leadership. Leadership in particular doesn't help. Come for crosses is a plus. Rushing out for goal is a minus. Reason why rushing out for goal is it comes back to that one-on-one. He's constantly out of position. You can lob him very easily. Push very high off his goal line, especially if you're breaking through on the long through ball, which if you play aggressive and like to bring your keeper out, that does help you, but 9 out of 10 times you'll be caught out. And leadership does absolutely nothing in game. So he's going to get 2 star out of 5 star for traits. And then we have corners. Being 6'2", not the greatest. Coming out for crosses does help though, because he will come out and try and dominate. But you'll find that he'll be the same as Casillas. He'll just end up punching the ball a lot, and it doesn't help you. So I'm going to give him 2 out of 5 star for that. That then leads us on to a number 3 in our list, which is going to be mid 88 Petr. A lot of people seem to rate this card. I really don't understand why. Price is about 200,000 coins on Xbox at the minute. So we are going to give him 1 star out of 5 for that. Obviously, icon, going to have great links. Doesn't matter who he links to, he'll always link. So we're going to give him 4 out of 5 for that. In terms of one-on-ones, he is 6'5", so he's very, very tall, but he has very slow sprint speed and an acceleration, which doesn't really matter too much for goalkeepers. But I find with Czech is he's very cautious. He never comes off his line, but if he does, he always gets round, no problem. Can't lob him as much, but if you get really close and then shoot across goal, he doesn't save it. You will notice now that I've mentioned that, make sure you try it if you ever play against him. Get nice and close. He for some reason doesn't save it. His body's always in the wrong place. I'm going to give him 2 out of 5 star on one-on-ones. That then leads us to our traits, and he has long throw, team player, caution with crosses. Long throw is a great plus for countering, especially coming for corners, which we'll cover in a minute. Caution with crosses and team player do not help, and team player doesn't do anything. Caution with crosses means he doesn't come out for corners unless you make him. Even if you put instructions on him here, he will be very slow. He does win the corners a lot if he is in the right position, but you have to force it. So let's just say one moment you forget, which happens in FIFA, you've got 100 things to think of. in rivals or in champs or qualifications or anything. It won't come out for that cross, and 9 out of 10 times you will concede from the header because of it. But he is going to get 2 stars out of 5. Long throw is kept him from getting 1 because if he does catch it, which if he is in the right position, if you put him there, counter attack is on the way. And then that leads us to corners. Corners are kind of on the fence. I'm going to give him 3 out of 5 and hear me out here. Being 6'5" means he's going to win a lot of the ball, especially if he jumps up to catch it. If you put him in the right position, so if you move him out and put him in the right place. If you don't, you are going to concede a lot because he's not going to come out for a man automatically. You're going to have to manually put them there. Going back to what I mentioned about him, you forget to do it or you've got your mind on something else to try and stop the quick short corner. He won't get it. That also means on a quick short corner, he'll automatically run straight back to his goal and will not intercept that cross even if he's there. His main focus is to be back in the goal, so you can concede a lot because of that, and we all know that people love to spam the corner cross. That then leads us to number 2. Number 2 being 89 team of the week, Keylor Navas. This is possibly one of the worst keepers I've ever used. Current price is coming in at, depending on when you're watching this and what objectives or SBCs and that have come out, he's currently coming in at 57k for the inform, but that is down to SBCs that we've had. He's normally a little bit cheaper, so we're going to say 45k, which is an okay price for a goalkeeper of 89 rated, so we will give him 3 stars out of 5 for that. The reason being is his links are, if you don't have a PSG player, they're awful. Obviously, everyone's going to have Kimpembe or Marquinhos, but if you have to force yourself to get him on full chem or icons. So for links, we're going to give him 1 star out of 5 because you are very limited to what teams you can use. Especially being from Costa Rica doesn't help you at all. Then we go into his one-on-ones. Being 6'1" and having okay acceleration, you'd think he's going to be good, but he's so easy to chip or lob from any position, even finesse outside the box because he's small and his positioning isn't the greatest at times. I don't know why, because he has high stats in that. He's just always caught out. If you know how to green time, they will go in 9 out of 10 times. So for one-on-ones, I'm going to give him 1 star out of 5. Then we have his traits. Long throw, which is great. Cautious with crosses. So again, same problem we have with Czech, but Czech is much taller. Caution with crosses means he goes really badly in set pieces, never really wins any corners. If he does, he ends up punching them. If you are crossing nice and early, he won't come out for it. You have to manually move him there every single time. And being 6'1" doesn't guarantee that he's going to win it, especially how tall some of these players are now with their boosted jumping stats. So for traits, he's going to get a 2 star out of 5 star. Just for long throw, in some rare occasion he does catch the ball, you can throw the ball down to your striker or winger quickly and transition into a counter attack. That then leads us to set pieces, and I'm going to give him straight away 1 star out of 5. Too small, caution with crosses, barely catches the ball. If he does come out, he usually loses it to a header, which then goes into an open net. I've had nothing but problems with this card. I've used his loan, got from some pack, I can't remember now, and I was just not happy with it at all and thoroughly disappointed. The only reason this card is okay because his price is not too bad for that sort of rating, but it does fluctuate, so if you buy it early, you can make some money on that card. That leads us to our number 1 on Fraud Watch, and this is going to cause a lot of controversy because I've read loads of people say he's rubbish, loads of people say he's really good. Let me know what you think about this. Again, this is opinion based and I'm interested to know. And number 1 is going to be Team of the Year, Donnarumma. I have him in my team, managed to pack him, grinding these upgrades, and his price is currently coming in at around 155k on Xbox, which for a keeper at 96 rated, you go, that's a good price for someone that rated. He does not play like that. I'm going to give him 2 stars out of 5 on price. It's far too expensive for a keeper like that. Go out and buy much better icon keepers with the same sort of links, much cheaper and much more reliable. That then goes to links. Being Italian and obviously from PSG, you are limited. But the difference between him and Keylor Navas, he can link to Icon Maldini and only have him, so you can have a Premier League or a French centre-back who's not from PSG and still get him on 10 chemistry. With Keylor Navas, is PSG or nothing or 2 icons. So I'm going to give him 3 out of 5 on links because he does link to a few meta players, obviously Kimpembe, Marquinhos, and icons, especially Italians. They're going to help you out massively with Maldini or Cannavaro. So he's going to get 3 out of 5 for that. Then that leads us on to his one-on-one abilities. And for me, find him hit and miss. He's so 50-50. He's the most inconsistent keeper I've used. One game, he's magnificent. One of the best keepers in the game. The next game, he has no idea how to save. It's like he's got no hands. He'll miss everything. He's cost me some ridiculous goals in foot champs, especially in the last couple of weeks. One of them, guy finessed inside the box, coming towards Donnarumma's chest, and he's used his right hand to then dive to the right hand side, pushed it into the net. And other times, he's come out and headed crosses. I can't believe I'm even saying that, but he has. One-on-ones, I'm going to give him 2 stars out of 5. Depending on One day he's a fantastic, the next day not so much. That then leads us to his traits. He's got rush at a goal and come for crosses. Being 6'5" and having rush at a goal isn't the worst, but it depends on what day. You're gonna judge this off an average, and him rushing at a goal, for some reason he goes to the ground too quickly and you could lob him even though he's 6'5", or if you shoot across goal at the right time and he does not save it. But in his favor, finesses from outside the box, that is one of his strengths. Being so big, he does save that a lot. So I'm gonna give him 3 out of 5 for that. Then he has come for crosses, which is great, which then obviously adds up to 3 out of 5. That then leads us to set pieces. I don't know what it is with this guy. He's 6'5", come for crosses. You're thinking, well, that's a 5 out of 5 all day. Always punches it for me. He never catches it unless I move him here nice and early. He then catches the ball, which is, if I tell you, is the most frustrating thing you can ever have in FIFA. Goalkeeper being that tall, that high rated, constantly punching the ball. So I'm going to give him 1 star out of 5. Not the greatest there. And that is going to be our top 5 worst at goalkeepers. If you haven't seen the best 5, then I suggest go watching that. And let me know. Again, it's opinion based. If you don't agree with something, that's not a problem at all. Let's have a conversation. Let me know who are your personal worst 5 and your best 5. And I will catch you in the next one. See ya. Cold, you can sit back, chill with a pen and take notes. I haven't got time for the tripping flow. I'ma take my aim with a pen and unload. Cut back spray, let my enemies know when I reach